In the early days of the 21st century, the TV show The O.C. turned Orange County into a pop culture sensation, if not a little bit of a running joke. But as anyone who has visited Orange County can tell you, the amount of gorgeous and fun activities you can find is certainly no joke. From huge names like Disneyland and Knott's Berry Farm, to historical sites like Mission San Juan Capistrano, to beautiful natural spaces like Crystal Cove, Orange County is rife with incredible places to visit. So stay tuned as Viewcation presents the best things to do in Orange County, California. Disneyland. Alright, let's get this first one out of the way, because it's the first thing that pops into your mind when you think about the attractions in Orange County. Disney's theme parks have long been a source of unending happiness and fun for families and kids of all ages. And the Disneyland Resort, located in Anaheim, is the original park that started things off. By the time it was created, Disney had already come a long way since its origins in Los Feliz, California. But when theme parks got added into the mix, it propelled the Disney name to new heights. Fortunately, they've made it a priority to keep up with the changing times. Over the years, they've added new rides, new areas of the park, more concessions, and on and on. Prime examples of this are the huge Star Wars Galaxy's Edge area and the Avengers campus. So it doesn't feel like you're stuck in the days of yesteryear as you walk the park. And at the same time, they've kept enough of the original components of the park and honored its long-time traditions that it still feels like the Disney park you grew up with. The park is set up for a multi-day visit, but it's also possible to head there for one day and pack in as much as you can. If you're going to be there for multiple days, a great option is to buy a park hopper ticket, which will give you access to both the main Disneyland campus as well as California Adventure. The latter has the Avengers area, the Pixar Pier, and a lot of other great rides and amenities too. And of course, the main campus has all the rides, food, Disney characters, and fun that you and your kids could ever ask for. Dana Point. Dana Point is a gorgeous spot on the water that is perhaps best known for being the place where ferries head over to the nearby Catalina Island, but it's also a fantastic spot to visit on its own. The harbor at Dana Point is a great place to get involved in water activities like paddleboarding, boating, and some of the best whale watching and dolphin watching in the area. To see gray whales, head there in the winter, and to see blue whales, head there in the summer. And either way, there are excellent options for whale watching cruises you can buy tickets for. Even if you're not looking to get out on the water and see marine life, Dana Point Harbor is an excellent place to simply stroll around, checking out the local shops and stopping in for a bite to eat at one of the restaurants along the coast. And if you're looking for a real fancy time on vacation, you could always check into the Ritz-Carlton that sits in Dana Point. It's as luxurious as you'd expect from that chain, though it will set you back a pretty penny. Crystal Cove. Orange County is a great spot for lovers of the outdoors, and Crystal Cove is a prime example. It's a state park that boasts more than 18 miles of trails for hiking, but what perhaps sets it apart from other state parks are the tide pools. There are 4 viewing areas that you can check out where the low tide will reveal a ton of incredible marine life. You can see starfish, hermit crabs, anemones, and occasionally octopi. It's an awesome experience for anyone interested in aquatic life. If you're looking for a fun place to stay, you can opt for a night in the historic district that lies within the park. Reserve one of the 21 seaside cottages, part of 46 total, that were constructed in the early 20th century and have been kept in great condition. They've also been utilized in a lot of Hollywood productions as well, including 1988's Beaches. Mission San Juan Capistrano. This mission, created more than 2 centuries ago, is referred to as the birthplace of Orange County. It was the 7th mission built in the state, out of 21 total, and it's a great place to visit for a sense of the history of the area. You can get a tour of the mission, which includes a chapel, a garden, as well as a great museum. And you can also opt to stay right next door to the mission at the inn at Mission San Juan Capistrano. You can look out at the mission from one of the hotel's balconies, which also provide a great view of the rest of the town. Plus, the hotel has a private and romantic olive grove that's ideal for strolling around during the day or for enjoying a glass of wine in during the evenings. Knott's Berry Farm. Sure, if you're going to head to one theme park in Orange, you're likely going to choose Disneyland, but that doesn't mean you shouldn't consider also visiting Knott's Berry Farm. If you ask them, they'll tell you they're actually the OG California theme park, and they may have a point. After all, Knott's Berry Farm literally started out as a tiny family farm in the early 1900s. In 1923, the owner of the farm, Walter Knott, opened up a roadside berry stand. Over the next 2 decades, the stand expanded to include nearby restaurants, shops, and some tourist attractions like a recreated 1800s-style ghost town. Over the next several years, more and more amusement park elements were added in, and they started charging admission to the property in 1968. By the late 90s, the park had come to be valued at $300 million. You'll love their variety of amusements like a water park, a bunch of roller coasters, the ghost town, and more. They also have a long-standing partnership with Peanuts, so you can meet the characters like Charlie Brown and Lucy in the Camp Snoopy area. And of course, true to its name, the park hosts a yearly boysenberry festival. Similar to Disneyland, Knott's Berry Farm does tend to get quite crowded, so your best option is to buy a fast lane pass, otherwise you might spend a lot of your day waiting to get on the rides. Anaheim Packing District. This warehouse-turned-food hall is a great place to find a huge variety of lunch or dinner options. Back in the day, 1919 to be precise, it was built for the Sunkist Company to serve as a packaging plant. But like many old industrial spaces, it was eventually turned into a giant hall full of vendors selling food from all over the world. You can grab a bite from more than 25 spots, varying from boba tea to crepes to exotic cotton candy. There's even some fun booze options like cocktails from the Blind Rabbit. And when you've made your choice of food and drink, you can go sit in the gorgeous atrium that lies in the middle of the hall. It comes equipped with seating, swings, and a bevy of sunlight and plants. International Surfing Museum. Huntington Beach is a popular area for anyone seeking a fun day basking in the sun, grabbing a bite to eat at some great seafood spots, and generally enjoying the ocean. But what sets it apart from other local beaches is that it's known as Surf City because of how important it's been to surfing in the area. And the International Surfing Museum pays tribute to that distinction. Founded by a Canadian woman named Natalie Koch, who wasn't a surfer herself, just a big fan, in 1987, the museum boasts a collection of boards and surfing memorabilia that'll bring a smile to any fan of surfing. And perhaps most notably, the museum houses a 42-foot-long surfboard that's recognized as the largest in the world. You can find photos of it in the Guinness Book of World Records, in fact, as 66 people surfed atop it one time. If you're at the museum on a Sunday, you might be able to catch some live music during one of their Surfin' Sundays events, as well as some tasty grub from a variety of vendors. The museum isn't overwhelmingly big, so it won't take up too much of your day. But you'll probably be happy to get back out into the Cali sun anyway, and you can explore the rest of Huntington Beach. Obviously, when it comes to an entire county, and one as vast and plentiful as Orange, there are going to be plenty of attractions we couldn't fit into this video, so go visit it and see for yourself. But these are a great starting point, and you'll be amazed at how much more Orange County has to offer. Now it's time to hear from you. Have you ever been to Orange County, California? If so, did we miss any of your favorite spots? And if not, do you think you'll ever get there? Let us know in the comments section below.